At the office dinner, I asked HR about my contract update. Her answer made my blood run cold. She smiled and said, "We sent it last week. Your manager promised he'd hand it to you." My fork stopped halfway to my mouth. The restaurant noise faded to nothing. I'd been asking Steele about that contract for 2 months. Every single time, same answer. They're still finalizing things. He'd sigh like it annoyed him, like HR was slow, inefficient. I believed him, the way you believe someone in authority. But hearing they already sent it, everything shifted. I sat there replaying every conversation. All those times he said, "Not yet," or "Still waiting," or "You know how bureaucracy works." He lied. Not a misunderstanding. A deliberate lie. I watched Steele from across the table, laughing too loud at some joke, leaning back in his chair like he owned the room, always performing for an audience that wasn't there. When dinner slowed into that awkward phase where everyone checks phones, I walked to where HR stood near the desserts. "Hey," she said brightly, "you excited about the new terms? Should help you get some breathing room." I didn't smile. "The terms?" Steele said HR was still working on them. Her face shifted slowly. Confusion first, then concern. "Working on them?" "No, we finalized everything last Wednesday. I emailed him the full draft and CC'd the director." She paused. "He didn't tell you?" "No," I said, voice steadier than expected. "He didn't." She bit her lip. "Maybe he wanted to review it carefully before showing you?" Steele had never reviewed anything carefully in his life. Driving home that night, I kept replaying her words. "We sent it last week." By the time I reached my apartment, something inside had shifted. Not anger yet, just quiet, cold clarity. Next morning, I walked in. Steele was already there, spinning in his chair with that lazy confidence. "Morning, superstar," he said. "Ready for another day of corporate joy?" 10 minutes later, he rolled his chair over. "So, talked to HR yesterday. Still working on your contract. Bureaucracy, you know? I'll follow up this week." His eyes didn't blink when he lied. Never did. "They said they sent it last week," I said calmly. He froze, just half a second, then forced a smile. "Did they?" Must have missed it in the shuffle, but his voice cracked. A tiny fracture. Later, I went to the kitchen. HR was heating leftovers. "Can you forward me the contract update?" I asked directly. Her eyebrows lifted. "Oh, sure. I thought you already had it." When her email arrived, I opened the file and stared. New salary, new responsibilities, a project leadership position I should have had months ago. The same position Steele kept saying I wasn't ready for yet. Black and white. But that wasn't the worst part. Scrolling through the email thread, I saw a message from the director dated last Friday. "Make sure he gets this before Monday. We're counting on him to start the quarter strong." Steele had replied, "Absolutely. I'll review it with him first thing." That was a week ago. My chest tightened, not with anger, with absolute clarity. At lunch, I walked past the break room. Overheard Steele talking to Nicole from finance. Didn't notice me around the corner. "I still think my guy would have been a better fit for the lead role," Steele was saying. "But we'll see. Maybe HR will let me run a comparison once the quarter starts." Nicole's voice was quieter. "But they already assigned it." "Not officially," he said. "Not until he signs. So I'm keeping doors open." It hit harder than expected. He wasn't just hiding the contract. He was holding it hostage so he could replace me. I walked straight to HR's office. "I need to clarify something," I said. "Did my manager ever request a delay on my contract review?" Her expression changed slowly. "No, quite the opposite. He said he'd handle everything personally." I took a breath. "Why would he want to delay this?" She hesitated and sighed. "He's been pushing hard for an external candidate to join your team." Pause. "For your role." Everything clicked. "Does the director know about this delay?" "We sent him the full thread," she said quietly. "This morning, at exactly 3 p.m., the director called me in." "Close the door," he said. He didn't waste time. "I've reviewed every communication between HR and your manager. I've also reviewed your performance metrics for the last 12 months. You've exceeded every benchmark we set, consistently." I nodded once. "You're getting your contract today. New terms stand, your leadership role stands." His eyes narrowed. "And you'll be reporting directly to me for the next quarter. Clean, simple." When I opened the door, Steele was sitting in the break area, pretending to flip through a magazine. Looked up too fast. "What did he say?" Voice tight. "Everything he needed to." At 4:26 p.m., my inbox pinged. Subject, updated contract for signature. I scrolled down and pressed sign. At 5 p.m., packing my things, Steele approached one last time. "Listen," he said quietly. "We can fix this." "No," I said gently. "We worked in the same building. That's not the same thing." I walked out and didn't look back.